Hi, beautiful soul. I'm so excited you're here for today's episode on the real reasons you may feel like quitting your career or business. If you're new to my channel, make sure you subscribe and turn on the bell so you never miss an episode. And I'm here to empower, guide, and support you to grow a business you love working on with clients you love working with. Lots of times, folks come to me and they're dealing with symptoms. I call them symptoms. The burnout. Overworking in their business. They can't keep up with the marketing, the admin, the client projects. And they're just feeling like, I can't catch a breath. If that is you, please know you are not alone. And it is not your fault. We are pressured by society, culture, familial conditionings. And I'm going to guide you today on how to unsubscribe from all those things so you can work on a business you love. All right. And frankly, business is hard. I know there's so many online entrepreneurs claiming I can help you get to 10, 30K, 100K months with this simple strategy, with this, with that. And a lot of times those strategies do work, but they require a big team. And I'm not sure if you have a team today, babe, or you're a solo entrepreneur. Either way, I want to support you on the energetics behind your business to make it work for you so you don't have to work so hard in it. Tip number 1, detach and attract. Detach from the outcome of your sales. Detach from the outcome if your clients get the results you promised. Detach from the outcome of how many people like your social media or how many people read your email in response. Just detach. Easier said than done. But typically, where I find we are attached in controlling the process, we're like suffocating it. We can literally suffocate our business. And it causes so much tension in us, and we're radiating this icky tension. And a lot of times we attract people of like mind, people that are controlling. So we might get clients that are trying to suck everything out of us too. So the best way for us to detach is to set proper expectations. First, set proper expectations with ourselves. Ask yourself, babe, are you new in business? Are you new to the online marketing world? Maybe you've been doing your brick and mortar business out in public, in person, a lot of handshaking, a lot of door knocking, and now you're moving to the digital space. Like, be honest with yourself. It's going to take some time. Every great leader, politician, author, public speaker, great coaches, it took them time to become who they became. That is no different for you, love. It's going to take some time. So my best advice to you is detach from the outcome of your business and celebrate every little milestone. It'll make the journey so much more enjoyable, and it'll make people more likely to speak with you because you're enjoyable to talk to instead of, sucking results and suffocating your business, okay? Tip number 2. This is really important. Have a vehicle to attract quality lead flow. A vehicle, okay? And a lot of entrepreneurs get this wrong, so I don't want you to miss it. A vehicle is not posting on social media. A vehicle is not posting stories. A vehicle is not email campaigning. Those are not vehicles for lead flow. That's where you nourish your lead flow. That's where you give them golden nuggets and stay front of mind with your leads in your audience. But a vehicle to attract ongoing lead flow into your company database is hosting events, podcasts, hosting workshops, having a YouTube show that you have to pay for and collect emails, things like that. These are vehicles to collect new clientele. And why I'm so a fan of events and workshops is because it's the easiest way for people to know, like, and trust you and buy from you. And when I say workshops and events, I mean anywhere from 20 to 30 people. How to do that? I strongly recommend creating a repeat event or workshop you can host every quarter or every month, whatever suits you. And why the vehicle with a workshop or event is so important is because you're actually going to take your client from where they are today, suffering with their symptoms and pain, and you're going to bring them to the solution at your event and workshop. You're going to show them, hey, healing is possible. Weight loss is possible. Growing your business without pulling your hair out is possible. You're going to bring them there step by step. And I can hear you thinking, oh, events, workshop, that's a lot of work. Yes, it is. But once you create this autopilot event and workshop, you can rinse and repeat it in person, online. You can update your slides, make it, of course, update it as time goes on, but it's always going to be there. It's always going to be there. And when I started coaching in 2020, I still had my corporate job. I could really only hold space for like 5 to 10 people at a workshop. And I had 12 clients in my first year of coaching. I had no ads. I didn't hire any of these agencies to teach me these tricks. I just did what I knew worked for me in my corporate life was events. So ultimately, what I'm suggesting to you is host an event where you can take your client from where they are today to where they're hoping to go. And then at the end, offer an opportunity to speak to you about your bigger offer or your course. And if you want to know step by step how to do that, you can join my VIP membership in the We Rise community. That is all inside. I have a course for you. We talk about this. We have monthly calls and support discussions each week. You can join below in the description. Or if you just want a self-paced course, you can also download the marketing leadership course, which will show you this process. But due to time's sake, I'm going to jump to tip number 3. Allocate your working hours and your non-working hours. And during your allocated work hours, I'd love to see on your schedule networking, support circles. Again, we cannot do this process alone. I see so often entrepreneurs try to do it all. Babe, you're a human being, not a human doing. And when another entrepreneur says, hey, I don't answer email after 3 p.m., it empowers another entrepreneur to stop answering emails after hours or picking up the phone after hours, disrupting family time. Setting expectations and boundaries with your allocated work hours is really going to help you eliminate that burnout and feeling you're just constantly a work robot. But it's also going to call your clients forward into their bigness so they don't rely on you for everything. It's really important to let your clients know, hey, that's a great question. You can review in our course step number 1. Or in our course, lesson number 2, workbook number 3. Constantly give your client some place to get answers without calling you or texting you. Have a frequently asked questions guide, a course, an online community. Maybe your admin or your team can answer, or maybe all your clients are in and they can support. Really get creative on how you can allocate and delegate being always on, answering the phone for clients. You really, really, really want to prioritize outsourcing that. Okay. And my last tip for you, if you're really like, this isn't going to work for me, I'm so burnt out, I need something else, I feel you. I'd strongly recommend taking 2 to 3 days to unplug. And in fact, even if you're not feeling like that, I'd recommend doing that at least twice a month, where you have 2 to 3 days of no work. No work. You can allocate Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays every week if you want, or just Fridays and Saturdays, Mondays, Tuesdays. Have non-working days in your schedule each month. And I put unicorn time. You can call it whatever makes sense to you, but make sure it's something you love doing. It could be reading, going hiking, going camping, maybe just doing arts and crafts in your basement, going to the pumpkin fest, or taking your camera and taking pictures of birds and butterflies, like something creative. Because a lot of times we're in that overdoer or that performance addiction, like, I got to do all this stuff in my business. We're depleting creativity. So the best way I find for myself and all the women I've worked with is just constantly refilling that cup, constantly refilling that creativity, this love tank, we have to have soul care in our schedule, all right, to grow our business. So if you have any ideas of some great soul care or some self-care that you want to share with everybody else on this community, please go below, comment, share what works for you, and we'll witness you and celebrate you for doing that and implementing it in your schedule. And that is all for today. I will see you on the next episode. Wishing you so much love, abundance, and joy. Happy sales, happy business, happy day. Be well.